Fluffy, flourless pancakes mix up quickly in a blender, have a tender, light texture, and are naturally gluten-free. This quick breakfast idea is easy to throw together, and they have the look and taste of real pancakes. Hi, I'm Melissa Erdelak from the gluten-free website Mama Gourmand, and today we are going to make blender banana oatmeal pancakes. Now this recipe really encompasses how I like to cook and bake gluten-free. It just uses regular ingredients that you can get at your local grocery store or that you have right in your kitchen to make a naturally gluten-free breakfast that honestly is so good that my kids and family prefer these over their regular pancakes. So let's make your gluten-free life a success and not a hot mess. For a gluten-free recipe, you'll want to use gluten-free oats, and I use rolled oats, but you could use quick cooking oats too. How I have the recipe written on the website is double this. It makes a lot of pancakes. I have a big family. And then also I like to have the leftovers and freeze them so I could just pull them out. They make a great on-the-go breakfast. So I'm gonna show you how to make the half recipe that is just more reasonable size. So you'll need 2 cups of oats, rolled oats, 1 1/4 cup of milk, and you can use non-dairy milk too, that's fine, to make a gluten-free, dairy-free pancake. And then you need 1 ripe banana. Usually bananas are absurdly large. That one's really small, so I'm gonna use a little bit more. And then 1 egg, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then this is just to add a little bit of sweetness. I add about a heaping tablespoon of honey. You could also leave this out, and honestly, when I make these things so much that I just eyeball it. That's all. You just blend this up. So here's the thing about these pancakes. You can just start cooking them on the griddle. What I found though is when you cook them right away, the texture is thin, and then as you cook them, the pancakes become better and better. So what I started doing is now I just let the batter sit for about at least 15 minutes, and then I start cooking it. And the reason that helps is because oats need that time to absorb all that milk and the egg and everything else in there. So that's what gives it that fluffy texture. So at this point, you can have a cup of coffee, read the newspaper, and wait to cook your pancakes just a little bit. I recommend greasing the griddle first before beginning, even if you're using a nonstick griddle. And I just transferred my batter over to a measuring cup just so it's easier to pour. So the batter's a little thicker, so you could just spread it out a little after you pour it. If you want to add any mix-ins, you would do that right before you start cooking them, so you could just stir them into your batter like blueberries or chocolate chips or anything like that. And as you're cooking, if your batter gets too thick, you can stir in a little dash of milk. Like I mentioned before, I mostly make these and I keep them in the freezer for on-the-go breakfast. So when I do that, the best way to have them is I spread a thin layer of peanut butter on there and some sliced bananas. It is so good. And the other option you could do is just serve them like pancakes with fresh fruit and pure maple syrup. I've turned this recipe into waffles as well, and I will link to that recipe down below. For that, you would just add a little bit more oil to the batter. You can find this recipe along with others on my website and in the description box, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.